Today on Classic Car Diaries, we've got something really special. This gorgeous Ferrari F355 Spider, and its owner Shirendra is going to be here to talk to us about it. It's the only one of its kind in the country, so let's dive into it. So let's get right into the story of this exact car.
Sure.
Do you want to tell us when you first laid eyes on it?
Well, I probably saw it late 90s sometime. And the car is a 1997 car, and it was imported by Aravinda De Silva. I think it was kind of his gift to himself after the success in the 1996 World Cup. And
very well deserved, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He went to Singapore, and the car was a car that was ex-stock available in Singapore.
Okay.
I know he wanted a cabrio. He wanted a soft top. And this particular model, the 355 Spider, in the right-hand drive, there's probably about 200 cars manufactured. So he's pretty lucky to get hold of one. And he brought the car to Sri Lanka. And I think he had the car then for about 4 or 5 years before moving it on to clear space for the 360 Cabrio that he replaced it with, which he still has today.
Very popular sight on our roads. I know a lot of people get very excited seeing that alongside his 488.
After Aravinda parted with the car, it went through a couple of owners over the next few years, and it was then bought by my stepdad, Uncle Nigel Austin, in 2010, I believe. And after he acquired the car, he made a few changes to it. One of the things he had to do was replace the ignition key and the immobilizer. There was an issue. He also decided to change the interior color. The original color of the car was black. He decided that he preferred the crema, and so he ordered all the panels, everything right down to the cover at the back.
When he said he changed the interior, it's still a Ferrari interior.
It is original items from the factory. So it's the original fabrics. It's just completely a new set of fabrics and done in the crema.
Yeah, because you rarely see that happening, because most people here, when you reupholster, means leather and everything sort of done here, which is obviously not befitting for something like this.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Nothing in there that makes it look like it's retrofitted, and as a result of which the interior is de facto probably not much more than about 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
Versus the car being just a little bit older. Sure. Other thing he did was he changed the wheels. So the car now has the wheels that came on the 360, which have slightly sharper lines, and I actually think look a lot nicer on the car. But beyond that, he just mentioned it was meticulously maintained, as he does with all of his cars. And then I kept reminding him that when he decided it was time to part with it, I'd appreciate the call. And I got the call. He decided that there was something else that he'd like to exchange this for in his stable. Yeah. And so I was fortunate enough to acquire the car from him. That would have been around about 2020.
Yeah. And with that, let's just go for a drive and talk about Shirendra's journey driving and enjoying this car that he finally got his hands on. So the exhaust on this, have you done anything to it to enhance that?
Yeah, I mean, soon after I got the car, we dyno tested it to see how it was doing in terms of performance, and we found that it was way short of the claimed horsepower, which should have been at the engine maybe 360, 380, and at the wheels maybe 320. So we've not done anything outside the engine, but we did completely remanufacture an exhaust for it. That was done by Sasha of Wicked, and he fabricated that, and he worked very closely with Sabri and Viren at the time, who also changed the ECU from the original fixed pre-programmed ECU to a programmable one, so that we could retune the car probably based on the ambient conditions here and so on are different, and of course maybe certain sensors would have aged and so on. So that's pretty well what's been done. It's a programmable ECU and dyno tuned, and the exhaust has been changed. But beyond that, no further mods on the engine.
I think also being a Singaporean delivered car, it probably would have had some sort of tuning for a warmer climate in delivery potentially.
It may have been, but I suspect possibly more than the original tune. The car was by that point, a number of years older, and I think it's fair to say that it also probably, the previous owners had all enjoyed driving the car probably a little bit more in a relaxed way, and I enjoy a little bit more speed. So
Yeah.
I think everybody, it ran beautifully. There was no problem at all with the running. It was just that it just didn't have the power that it should have had. So we managed to get it back to where it was, which is around 320, 340 at the wheels, which is where it is now. And it runs very comfortably. In fact, we've slightly detuned it because otherwise the plugs get soiled and so on. So
I think you certainly aren't the average owner of one of these here. You really drive it as it's meant to be.
yes.
To my understanding, you also have taken it to a racetrack.
I am a member of the Italian Car Enthusiast Club, which of course you know a lot about.
Yep, certainly do.
And I absolutely enjoyed taking it to the last track day at Katu.
Yeah.
And driving it not at 10 tenths, but maybe driving at 8 tenths, and
Yep.
just enough to enjoy
Yep.
it. But it was also a wet day, and the car can be a little unforgiving in the wet, being rear-wheel drive. There's no traction control on it. It does have
Yep.
ABS though. Yeah, it's a lot of fun on the track. It's a little tail happy, not something that catches you too off guard.
So what would you say is your highlight of owning this car?
You know, every time you get in the car, it's an experience. So whilst having it on the track is a little special,
Yeah, of course.
just driving it every day, whenever I use it, I would tend to use it obviously mostly at the weekends. The good thing about the car is it has power steering, it has an electric hood, and it has air conditioning, and they all function. So
You need all of them for Sri Lanka.
yeah,
for sure.
so it is usable occasionally in the daytime without too much of a
Yeah.
problem, and I do use it like that as well. But on a Sunday when the roads are just a little bit open and clearer, and I think just listening to the noise, the tone, anytime makes it a good day.
I mean, a car like this can really elevate the mundane act of driving into something truly special, no matter where you're going, regardless of the destination, as they say.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, well, Shirendra, thank you so much for being on the show, and we've greatly enjoyed learning about this car from you, and we wish you many, many more miles in it.
Thank you very much. Happy to have shared a bit about the car with you guys.